Hello, it's Justin Daniels, head chef, North Cascades Institute, back. This is part 3 of 3, talking about wild violets. I've got in my hand here wild violet simple syrup. Gathered up wild violets the other day, took about a quarter cup of wild violet, added it to a quarter cup of sugar, mixed that around, ended up with about a half cup of yield. I then took that half cup, got a half a cup of water going, added my violet sugar to that, gave it a stir until the sugar just dissolved and let it cool. What I ended up with after I strained it is just this really pretty cool purple color that's all natural. So I'm excited to work with this today. I'm gonna put this into a Rolsch bottle that I'm also gonna fill with kombucha that we brew here in the kitchen. And I got a couple different batches going in different stages, and I was gonna show those to you. You can kind of see, these are both 1 gallon jars with a newer batch of green tea. We've traditionally just done black tea, but this is it. And what you see floating in there, if you've not seen them before, you see, is a SCOBY. And the SCOBY is really kind of the clutch piece of making kombucha. It stands for symbiotic culture of bacteria and yeast, which doesn't sound like a great thing to drink, but what it does is it feeds on the sugar and the tannins in your tea and puts off different cultures that are going to give you a really strong microbiome. Strong microbiome can also help boost your immunity and make you feel good, make you feel healthy, and it tastes really good too. So what I've got here is some of the green tea that we just brewed. This is the same. And this is a batch of fresh green tea that I just made. There's 2 gallons here. I stirred in 2 cups of sugar while it was hot so that it all is gonna sort of dissolve. Once this is cool and I've bottled all the fermented tea, I'm gonna add this back to my SCOBY. I'm gonna cover it up with a coffee filter and a rubber band just to keep bugs and errant things out. And then I'm gonna put it in kind of a warm, dark place for exactly 7 days is what we have found works the best. Some people like to go a little longer. What you'll find is just the longer you go, the more vinegary your tea is gonna end up being. Some people really like that. I feel like 7 days in a warm, dark spot generally is right on the money. Not too sweet, not too vinegary, and it tastes really good. So what I'm gonna do, once I made my tea, first batch that you're gonna make with this stuff, you're gonna need your SCOBY. You're gonna need a gallon of strong tea, so about 10 tea bags to a gallon of water, a cup of sugar, and a quarter cup of white vinegar. After that, that first batch, you're really adding the vinegar just to kind of get the acidity up. After that, for all batches thereafter, you're really just gonna reserve a cup of your old tea for every gallon of new tea that you're making. So when I empty these, I'm gonna reserve 2 cups in total, 1 for each gallon, and then I'm gonna split this between the 2. I'm gonna take for my secondary fermentation, this is what's gonna really give it most of its flavor, most of its fizz, which I really like. This is what the secondary fermentation does. So to do that, really easy. I'm gonna take my simple syrup and I'm just gonna do 3 tablespoons in total. Depending on how fizzy you like it, if you don't want quite as much carbonation, do a tablespoon, and that's probably gonna be plenty. If you don't like it really sweet, you don't have to do the secondary fermentation at all. A lot of people will drink it just right after that first ferment and call it good. But I do like that effervescence, so I generally stick with 3 tablespoons of whatever simple syrup I've made, and we've made a lot of different kinds. Done stuff with chilies, we've done stuff with pineapples, cucumbers, whole fruit, whole veg. You can actually put down into your secondary ferment. Things like whole turmeric root, whole ginger root work really well. It'll help kind of build that fermentation up. So I've got my 3 tablespoons in there. I'm gonna pour out of my vessel. We fought and fought to figure out what's the best and fastest way to do this on a production scale. And these vessels with the taps in them have been a game changer. You just want to make sure if you're buying one that you're looking for something that is a stainless tap, and any kind of plastic or rubber grommet that's in there, you want to make sure is BPA free, because that can leach into your tea. And who wants to drink poison? Not me. Anyhow, I've got my bottle filled here, almost to the tippy top. I'm going to put a little bit more in to top it off. And then just cap it, label it, leave it in a warm spot for anywhere between 2 to 5 days. The longer you leave it, the more that carbonation is going to build. Chill it and drink it, and it's delicious. You should have good luck. If you have a hard time finding a SCOBY, email me, justin_daniels@incascades.org. We end up with an extra SCOBY about once every week or 2. If you're really having a hard time finding one online, or you just like to have one from here in the North Cascades, write to me and I'll make sure you get one. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.